All right, shut up on. Close the door. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Rayat with Confident Cleveland Church of the Great Millstone. Come back with this truth. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace, love, blessings, and many salutations to the Lord's elect, to the oxen scattered abroad, the force of the earth that preach this truth with all truth and all sincerity. Most important, always with charity, man. And like the title of this one say, uh, the new covenant, man. Because the new covenant is literally the ushering in and us being in the kingdom, man. That's when we'll fully be changed and that down payment, that earnest of the spirit will be fully implemented, man. Because Yahweh Shai shed his blood, and we know without the shed of blood, there won't be no covenant because it's a blood covenant. And Yahweh Shai blood was the ultimate sacrifice. But you got Israelite camps, you got church leaders that said that we're in the new covenant, man, but we're not. So let's get into it real quick. I'm gonna get it in the old. Yeah, I'm gonna get it in the new. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, and verse 31. It says, "Behold, the days come," said Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh is the name of the Father, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the Son. And the only way to get to the Father is through the Son, man. He's the truth, the way, and the life, according to the scriptures, man. So it says that I will make a new covenant. You see? That I will make a new covenant. But who is this new covenant for? Because according to the churches, it's for everybody. It says, with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So this new covenant is only for the house of Israel and the house of Judah, which is the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, man. The so-called Negroid tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then you got the rest of the northern tribes, man. Let's see what the new covenant is, though. We got to keep reading because we know who it's for now. It's for the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which covenant they break. You see, because when we left out of Egypt, the Most High gave laws, statutes, and commandments to Moses, and we went into a covenant, man, and said we will do these things, and we won't do these things. And Moses sprinkled us with the blood, man, blood of goats and rams. It goes on to say, but this, it says, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, said the Lord. We broke the covenant. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is perfect. He can't break covenants. He's not a man that he shall lie. You see? So if he makes an agreement, he's going to fall through on his agreement. He's going to fall through on his promise, man. So it goes on to say, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. What's the new covenant? I will put my law in their inward parts and write them in their hearts and be their God, and they shall be my people. You see? It says he's going to put the laws in our inward parts. He said he's going to write them in our hearts. When you go into that word heart, in the Hebrew, it's lav, which means your mind. So it's going to give us a spiritual download to where we're going to be perfect and we won't be able to sin against him. Verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, saying, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord. Why? But they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, said the Lord. For I would forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. You see, Yahweh Mashiach Hashah is going to change our minds, like it says in Ezekiel. Matter of fact, I'm going to just grab that. Ezekiel 36, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. This is Ezekiel 36 and verse 22. It says, therefore saying to the house of Israel, thus said the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake. He's not doing this for our sake. He's doing this for his holy name's sake, man. So he can get the glory. But then you got Israelite camps and Israelite leaders who they want to get the glory. You know? You got camp leaders that say they next under Yahweh Shah. They say it's Yahweh Shah, and then them, man. Literally. That's the kind of madness and folly that goes on with these other Israelite camps, man. But it says, my name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, wherever ye went. Because we profaned the name of Yahweh Bashem that was shot by going off. Because we're married to Yahweh Bashem that was shot. We're the wife of Yahweh Bashem that was shot. That's like if your wife goes out and be a harlot in the streets and she give you a bad look. That's how Yahweh Bashem Yahushua feel. We make Yahweh Bashem Yahushua look bad because we're his people, man. We're a representation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. The same way your wife, your woman, your children is under you and they represent you. So when they're out and about in the world and they're doing madness and folly, it's a reflection on you. I'm going to read on. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know I am Yahweh, said Yahweh Bashem Hashah, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Listen to this. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries and will bring you into your own land. Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Now peep this, verse 26. A new heart, that new mind, that new covenant, also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh and give you an heart of flesh. He's gonna take that can't tell me nothing attitude off the nigga woman. Go take that rebellious can't tell me nothing spirit off the Israelite man. It's gonna be beautiful, man. This is gonna be something that's done starting with the elect, but then when our children come back, which will be the 2/3, and we're a part of that number, then those badass Israelite children will come back in the kingdom as kings and priests, man. I'm gonna keep on going. It says, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh and will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. You see, he says he's going to put his spirit within our whole nation and make us to obey. It's the book of Hebrews, because that's the Old Testament. Now, this is the New Testament, man. The same thing. Hebrews 8, and I'm going to start at verse 6. But now have he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much more he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place be sought for the second. For finding fault with them, with who? The Israelites. He said, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant again with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, the southern and the northern kingdom. Not according to the covenant I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not my covenant, and I regarded them not, said Yahweh. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know ye the Lord. This is how we know we ain't in the new covenant, because we're still on the highways and byways teaching our people to know the Lord. It says, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. You see? And to the least to the greatest, all don't know Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. It tells you in Micah 4, this is another key that the elders out in Dallas always make. Elder Yashawamba, Micah 4:1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains. Talking about what, man? The governments, man. Rulerships, because mountains represents larger governments, mountains represent smaller ones. So it says, and all people shall flow into it. Talking about to the Israelites. And many nations shall come and say, come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. But we're going to have to teach the heathens. You see, they going to come to the house of the Lord and say, come, let us walk in his ways, and they shall teach us. Teach who? The heathen. We ain't gonna teach Israelites in the kingdom, right? But we are gonna have to still teach heathens. What's that other? Isaiah. Isaiah, the second chapter. Right at the top. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 1. The word, the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days, the same thing we just read in Micah, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. Same thing we just read. And many people shall go and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. You see? You see? But the new covenant, we go know the Lord. Nobody gonna have to teach another Israelite because the laws will be downloaded in us, like it said in Ezekiel. He gonna give us a new spirit and a new heart, and we're gonna abide under the shadow, under the hand, under the protection of Yahweh Bashim Shah, with new bodies, with a spiritual download, with perfect, man. We won't sin, we won't die. We're gonna have control over the resources, control over the earth, and all the heathens is gonna come up to Jerusalem to learn the wrong ways, man. That's what the Bible is talking about. That's what the Bible is speaking about, man. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rule, the people mourn and complain. So with that, man, that's just a quick synopsis, 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 how you say the word. But with that, I'm gonna give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makan Hakodash. Double honor to the elders of my millstone. Peace, love, blessings, and the salutations to the words of elect. Shalom and the Bible.